Good morning. I just got out. Oh, get my gloves on here. All right. So I just got to the property where I'm going. I'm going to go about 2 miles into this property, find a good shelter spot, set up camp, get it nice and comfortable there, and then work on a few projects. We're going to be here for a couple days, so it should be a fun time. It's pretty cold out right now. It's about -6 is what I read coming in. It's supposed to warm up once the sun comes out. Towards this afternoon, it's supposed to be about 30, and then tonight it's going to dip down to about 10. So it's not too bad. It's not breakable right now for me. But we'll get a nice warm shelter built up. The area that I'm in the northern Appalachian Mountains in northern Pennsylvania. This property I'm on is a private property. It's roughly 5,000 acres worth of primo hunting and fishing land. I'm the only one that has access to this property that I know of that does this type of thing, of going out and enjoying myself out in the woods for a couple days and surviving, thriving, living. So yeah, it's pretty chilly out there right now. You know it's cold when you go like that and your nose sticks together. That's how I rate it being cold. If I can do that, it's pretty dang cold. But yeah, so I got a while to walk. Just a little bit of behind me there. I'm going to go up that bridge, over the bridge, and into that woods right there. And that's going to head out straight into the open country. And ain't a soul out there but me. I mean, at most we might find somebody that's part of the club property eventually. They might come around with their four-wheelers or whatnot, but more than likely, 99% chance, we won't see a soul. So I will see you guys farther down the trail. Okay, so I made a little ways in. Got a beautiful creek to follow. A lot of animal tracks coming through here. These are a couple days old. These are white-tailed deer tracks, if you can see them. They follow the creek like normal. And there's a lot of them around here. Not in season, so we're not going to try and go for any big game today. If anything, probably break open the ice into some of these nice deeper spots of this creek and try and catch a native trout for dinner tonight. Along the way of the trail, though, I'll be looking for things we can forage. It's harder during the winter time to find food to forage, but it's always there, and I'm going to show you guys how it's done. So I'm going to continue on. I just want to give you a glance of where I'm at. It's beautiful, quiet out here. Beautiful blue sky, as you can see, and beautiful Matt standing right here in the beautiful wilderness. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. All right, so ooh, the beer's getting frosty. You see that? It's cold out. Anyways, I think I found a beautiful spot that I want to stay at, and I'm going to show you guys. One thing about me staying out here is I like to be comfortable. I like the experience, so I try and pick a spot that I can get the most out of it. Now, sun is coming up, and it's going to rise right there in that crest of the mountains. Okay, so what I decided to do was I found this down tree with the roots pushed up, and I could use that as my back wall for my shelter. Okay, now it's got a beautiful back wall to it already built in. Be able to insulate what I need to. There's plenty of pine, spruce around to make my shelter nice and warm, and that is key when you're out here in these extreme temperatures. Like I said, it's cold out this morning. Before I started walking out, it was -6. It's probably maybe pushed itself to 0 by now, but it's still cold, and tonight's gonna be cold, so I'm gonna want to be nice and warm. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a raised lean-to with a back wall, and have it facing so I can see the sun up in the morning. So when I wake up in the morning, I'll be in a great mood. And I got a creek running right over here. We'll walk over there real quick, check her out. Yeah, we'll walk over to the creek real quick, check it out. Everything's frozen, but I'm gonna try and pull a couple of these natives. When I was a little kid, my dad, one of my favorite things they did was take me out native fishing. And it takes some skill to catch these fish because they're so skittish. They can hear you walking towards the creek most of the time and they'll hide. So you got to stalk these fish to get them. But they're worth it. It's fun to catch. As you can see, the entire creek is pretty frozen. We got free flowing water, which is good. So be able to have something to drink, be able to cook with and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to start setting up camp. We'll get a nice little fire going, warm our hands up a little bit. We'll try and get some chow around and just live out here for a day or two. It's going to be a good time. I hope you guys enjoy it the way I am already. It feels great out here. This is what it's all about, folks. All right, so I'm going to get some materials around. Oh, check this. Holy cow. Okay. Look at that buck rub. Look at that. They're all over right here. We must have some good deer coming through here. There's lots of buck rub. All through these little saplings along the creek bed. Here's another one. Some more through here. So they're using this area a lot. So how cool would it be to wake up in the morning and see the sunrise and a couple white-tailed deer standing out here? Yeah. If we have some time, we'll do one of my favorite things I like to do is shed hunting, finding the whitetail antlers as they lose their antlers, and sometimes you find some good ones, and you can use sheds for a lot of things. So we'll keep a lookout for that kind of stuff. We'll follow a couple deer trails today. We got plenty of time. Got a couple days out here, so I'll talk to you guys in a minute. Okay, so this is going to be my shelter area. We'll build from here and see what we come up with. First thing I want to do is I got to get the snow out of here and get myself a nice area to work with. And get a plan measured out. So start getting all the main layer of snow. A lot of it can go up against that back wall for insulation. Never have too much insulation. Okay, so there we go. We got snow all the way. I'll start making my cross poles. Maybe we'll find some nice poles to go up, and then we'll set our ridge pole and start building from there. There you have it, getting started. Beautiful day. Pretty thick tree. I don't want to wear myself out, start sweating too much. Oh. It's not hard to wear yourself out quickly. Just like that. Ouch. That one. I'm going to drag the rest of this back to camp. I got the big piece. Take it back, trim it down to what we need, and get started. Alright, so I'm getting my shelter going. Just framing it out right now. Doing some supports. Taking my time with it. Plenty of space in between for me to sleep in here. Like I said, I got a great view. The sun's coming up in my face right now, so it feels great. Get all this lashed together, and then get some supports made, and finish the frame. Start putting the pine boughs on for the insulation, and get past this so we can start enjoying our day. Yeah, so got some 550 cord in my bag. I gotta pull out. We got 550 cord here. We'll get these tied together, and let's see here how many minutes. Okay, so we'll get this tied together. Got a good roll of 550 cord here, paracord. One of the best things that you can get, and you need is cordage, is 550 cord, if you can get it. 550 cord's nice, because when you need it, it's got extra braids in there, so plenty of cordage. This is just a buck knife that I got from burl wood. It was made for me. Pretty nice. Handmade by a wood turner. Love them. Got a lot of buddies that are wood turners. My uncle's a wood turner. What I'm going to do is cut some lengths for myself here. One, two, three, four. This should be good for this part. Knife. Oh, man. So all you want to do is basically secure what you have. What I always like to do is I'll take one piece of my cordage and just tie this together. So you know that's staying. On the other side, do the same thing. Just so you know that they're together. Okay, come underneath. Have another lashing to the top. This one can be tightened. Way down. Knot it out. Whatever you have left, don't be afraid just to tie. Like this. More security is better. There, that side's secured. And, oh, there's another piece I was looking for. Keep track of your gear, right? Yep. I'm doing the same thing to this side. Bring up my knot to the top and secure it. Just like that. It's already secured in the back because, like I said, I'm using a natural feature from Mother Nature. Because I've fallen down a tree and it pulled all of its roots up when it fell down. During the warm months, it's a little bit The ground is a lot softer right here, being next to this creek. There used to be an old railroad grade. Way back in the 1800s, they used to come back through here. So it gets soft through here. So when these trees pull, the roots come with them. And this is usually what you end up with, a root base. So, there's that, ladies and gents. So now I'm just framing it out a little bit with smaller. That one's too small. So utilize everything you can. Break this down into firewood. I'm starting a pile over here, just loose stuff that I get. So that way it doesn't take so long later in the day. I need to get my firewood around for the night. Check this out. So when you're working, come across loose bark, save it. Easy tender material. You can strip the entire branch of its bark. Just like this. Put it all into your wood pile because this is great. Fire starter, great tinder to have around. And it keeps your flame going. Easy to get another fire going with it. Pine boughs. Saving up all the pine boughs I find, put them in a pile. They're going to be the key ingredient to me staying warm tonight. And there's a lot of field grass around here that I'm going to get to add for insulation also. So I will be able to stay plenty warm tonight. I brought my sleeping bag that's rated for -7. So I'll go from there. Oh, I got ice in my beard. Check that out. Frozen beard. If you want to call that a beard. I try, you know, but I don't know. Best I can do, I guess. Alrighty, so I'm going to gather up some more materials and then we'll go back to recording for a while. Alright, so got a little bit more framed out. Sturdy now, so it'll be easy to just lay across items across top on the sides, and we'll go from there. And it should be rather quick from here. I'm just going to grab a bunch of materials, lay on top, and then the pine boughs, and we'll have ourselves a nice little shelter. So all you're really trying to look for is a structured frame. Think back to when you were a kid building a fort. The biggest thing is you just want to make sure this is not going to fall on you in the middle of the night. Then you risk an injury. If you don't get injured, you're without a shelter, and then you're in trouble in the middle of the night. So you just got to make sure it's secure and that it'll hold its weight, and should be fine. firewood. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go find a bunch of saplings over here by the creek bank. Use them to weave the top so I can get the top going, then we'll work on the sides and maybe see about starting a fire here in a little bit, get warmed up, and I brought some rations, so maybe we'll have some quick breakfast. So, alright, I'm going to head over by the creek. Alright, these are the saplings I'm talking about, and they make it extremely easy to weave into your shelter. They're actually very good to use just for a shelter alone if you're looking for something that you want to patch together pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, take a few of them, take them back so I can weave through my structure, make it sound strong, and then we'll be able to put our pine boughs on.